Are you excited?
I'm ready.
Are you excited?
You're gonna like this.
Hello, you beautiful and loved human. I'm Robin, and welcome back to my channel. Obviously, you can tell this is a different setting than we're normally at. We're usually in my bedroom. Today we're in the car. I decided that we should just shake it up a little bit today. And I have one more book I want to add to my TBR. So I figured, why not just bring my TBR with me to Barnes and then do a quick March TBR here in the car. Look at me. Did y'all just hear that rhyme? Like, let's get this March TBR here in the car. What? The Delulu's still here, guys. But anyways, and then we're gonna head in and look for my fourth book for my March TBR, and I'm gonna take you shopping with me, and then at the end we're gonna talk about what book I actually picked out. The first book I have on my March TBR is The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. And I know this has been really popular at some point kind of in the past, because this was the book of the month pick that I had from, like, I want to say 2021. So it's been on my shelf for a while, y'all. So I figured let's finally pick it up, because I am in kind of like a mystery mood lately. I haven't read a mystery in a good minute, and I used to read a lot of thrillers, but for some reason I feel like mysteries might start replacing my love for thrillers. So I really wanted to dive into mysteries. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to go into Barnes for, is a mystery. So here's book number 1 for my March TBR. The second book on my TBR for March is Sarah Foster's The Hush. So I started this back in 2021, and it was gripping me from the start, and that's the kind of book that I need right now. The only reason why I stopped was because I felt like the binding was really hard to read and I couldn't find it on my Kindle at the time. But I actually really love the quality of this book. I am obsessed with high quality books. Like, I love hardcovers. Pages are so thick and sturdy, and I just love that. But it was like, it wouldn't stay open because it was so sturdy. I don't know. I am really bad at explaining this book, but it's literally so interesting to me. So I'm actually just gonna read the book cover to y'all, and it says, Lainey's friend Elise is missing, and she's not the only one. In the 6 months since the first case of a terrifying new epidemic, when a healthy baby wouldn't take a breath at birth, the country has been thrown into turmoil. The government has passed sweeping new laws to monitor all citizens, as several young pregnant women have vanished without trace. As a midwife, Lainey's mom, Emma, is determined to be there for those who need her. But when 17-year-old Lainey finds herself in trouble, this dangerous new world becomes very real. The one person who might help is Emma's estranged mother, but reaching out to her will put them all in jeopardy. The Hush is a new breed of near-future thriller, an unflinching look at a society close to tipping point, and a story for our times, highlighting the power of female friendship through a dynamic group of women determined to triumph against the odds. Doesn't that sound so good, y'all? Like, that's... And I literally read, like, the first chapter, and y'all, when I said I was gripped, I was gripped. I was pulled in. I don't want to put it down. I was heartbroken that I put the book down because I, like, couldn't physically read it, and then I was having a hard time finding it elsewhere. Excited to get back into The Hush, y'all. Like, I'm so excited. Third book for my March TBR is A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest J. Gaines. Like, it's a fiction novel. So the other one's like a thriller, a mystery. This one is fiction. I'm just gonna go ahead and read the back, because I am really bad at summarizing the summaries on the back until I have actually read the book. And this actually sounds really good. I would believe this is a literary fiction. It says, A Lesson Before Dying is set in a small Cajun community in the late 1940s. Jefferson, a young black man, is an unwitting party to a liquor store shootout in which 3 men are killed. The only survivor, he is convicted of murder and sentenced to death. Grant Wiggins, who left his hometown for university, has returned to the plantation school to teach. As he struggles with his decision whether to stay or escape to another state, his aunt and Jefferson's godmother persuade him to visit Jefferson in his cell and impart his learning and his pride to Jefferson before his death. In the end, the 2 men forge a bond as they both come to understand the simple heroism of resisting and defying the expected. Y'all, this sounds so good too. Quick side note. So as I was like going through my March TBR, the 3 that I showed you guys already, I realized that they're pretty mystery heavy. And I was like, okay, so I already picked out like 2 mystery thrillers. And then I even said I was gonna go into Barnes looking for a mystery because I'm just in a mystery thriller type mood right now. And then it hit me. It's March. It's March Mystery Madness, guys. Okay, y'all. So honestly, I am looking for better parking because I was all the way in the back because I am too shy to be surrounded by people. Oh, look, third parking space. Can I fit in here? I'm too shy to even like have the idea that someone can just walk up and see me recording in my car. So there's that. I was gonna pull all the way in, but this guy just parked right in front of me, but that's okay. There's enough for everybody, right, y'all? Right, y'all. And we're here. Let's go book shopping.
Oh, okay. It's actually Oda.
See? So it starts with an E.
Ichiro Oda.
I still can't figure out where the authors are. Okay, so the E's should be over there then. He doesn't even read manga. So why are we here?
Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on in 10 episodes from Inside Out.
That actually sounds really good. I did not expect to think that was gonna sound so good, and now I really do want to read Frida McFadden, and I'm going to have to get this soon. Okay, bye. Killing someone is easy. Hiding the body, now that's usually the hard part. That's how you get caught. I was lucky enough to stumble upon the right place, though. The perfect place, really. I come back from time to time, just to make sure everything is still safe and sound. It always is, and I suppose it always will be. Sometimes I'll have a cigarette, which I know I shouldn't, but it's my only vice. He says, for 15 books I used alcohol for creative insights and bouts of introspection. So like my art and whatnot, when I used to use like weed and stuff to paint for my creative inspiration, this so much reminds me of like how after coming to Christ, like I stopped using it and like my art has taken like a completely different transformation. So like I really appreciate that the author was that transparent to put that this is his first book sober, and how he was actually worried that he wouldn't write another book after becoming sober, and he did. The clinic, or she did, I am so sorry, that's a woman, Kate Quinn. I actually really love that. I really appreciate that. And then she said, I did go on to write another book, and this is the one I'm most proud of. The clinic is dedicated to anyone anywhere struggling with addiction. All right, y'all, I'm home. So since I am home, that means I finished up the shopping at Barnes & Noble, and we grabbed, I said it would only be one, but 2 books to add to March's TBR, and I'm really excited about them. One of them is a book that I've been meaning to read, And I even checked to see if it was at Barnes & Noble. And when I checked, all the Barnes & Nobles in Houston didn't have them in stock according to online. So when I went in there today, I was just looking around, checking out books. Y'all saw them and whatnot. And then lo and behold, as I'm putting one book away, there it is, just staring at me, saying, "Pick me, Robin, pick me." And so I picked it, and I have it, and I'm so excited to read it. So like I said, this month's to be read stack includes The Book of Cold Cases, The Hush, A Lesson Before Dying, which is not a mystery, it's a fiction. Roll please. The books that I got at Barnes & Noble today in honor of March Mystery Madness are The Victim by Max Manning. Back says, Jem Golding only has two choices. A stranger holds a knife to her skin. His demands terrifying in the deserted parking garage. Should she surrender or should she fight back? This attacker is no ordinary criminal. This night, like so many of them, is all a game to him. He makes the rules that determine whether his victims live or die, rules that will set Jem's fate in motion. He's waiting for her to decide. But how can you win the game when you don't know how to play? What if surrendering is the worst thing you can do? What if fighting back will kill you? Two choices, two outcomes, and only one way for Jem to survive. So that sounds really interesting. Drum roll please. The second book from Barnes & Noble is The Thursday Murder Club. Woo! Yeah! Okay, so The Thursday Murder Club is actually the book that I said I have been wanting to read. It hasn't been like super long time or anything, but I recently heard someone describe it as like Golden Girls go on a mystery, and I was dying at that description. Like, I did not need to hear anything else about it, and I was like, I want that. And it's a series, so I always thought I wasn't a series person, and then I realized that like it's probably because most series I've tried are fantasies, and honestly, like, based off the fantasies I have read, I'm not a fantasy girl. Like, but I'm still trying to find one that I like. There is, I believe it would be a fantasy by Ted Decker. I don't know. It's the Circle series. If y'all know anything about it, let me know. I started that book, and when I read the one that I started, which was Green, it sounded like a fantasy, and I was actually really into it. And then I stopped reading it for some reason, but I do want to read that again. So ends up The Thursday Murder Club is a series, and y'all probably already know that. I'm probably late to the game. And I'm really excited because I'm like, if I like this, I really want to read the other ones, because I heard that this is like funny. Like, it's a mystery, but it also has humor in it. And I've never read a mystery with humor before. So I'm really excited about it. And I hope you guys share with me your thoughts. When I went up to the cashier, he was telling me, he's like, oh, I've been having my eye on this book. And I was just like, yeah, I heard it was like Golden Girls go on a mystery or have a mystery. And he was like, I've never heard it described that way. So I was kind of like, oh, I heard that from a YouTuber here, and I don't remember which booktube channel it was that said that, but if you remember, let me know. But either way, I'm really excited about this. I only got the first book. And also, bonus points, y'all. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all, the two books that I got today match my look. Look at that, black and red. Black and red. What? Black and red, black and red, black and red. And then it's like a whole vibe, because like the book of the month has a little bit of red, and then Sarah Foster's The Hush, a little bit of red, and in fact, the book is red. And then A Lesson Before Dying. What do you see? Red. Red is definitely the vibe for the month, and it's so much so the vibe for the month that I almost actually took this off my TBR, because there is just a little bit of red, and I felt like it wasn't enough to hold its standing in this month's March TBR because the lack of red on here. But it'll probably just be the last book that I read, honestly. That said, what I thought was going to only be 4 books on my TBR list actually ended up as 5 books, right? Yeah, 5 books, and I still don't think I'll read them all. So I think I'm gonna start with either the Thursday Murder Club or The Victim. I'm kind of leaning towards The Victim just because I bought them, and I don't want them to be added to my physical TBR. Like, I don't want to keep buying books just to add to my TBR. Like, if I buy the book, I want to read it. So I'm going to prioritize reading these ones. So here are the fiction reads for March. And now with the fiction reads wrapped up, I just want to let you guys know and share with y'all the books that I am reading for my faith walk for the month of March. I'm still currently reading The Love Stories of the Bible Speak, and I also plan to read The Power of God's Names. If y'all saw my reading vlog challenge before, I was reading The Stories of the Bible Speak, and I was trying to read it all in one sitting, and I realized that I need to go back to reading multiple books at once, and it's okay to just have this on my windowsill or on my nightstand and just read one section a day. This book has been convicting me so much lately that I can only mentally take in one chapter at a time because of the example that story is setting for either my marriage, for my friendship, and I learned that I just need to read that chapter, ruminate on the convictions the Lord is giving me through that chapter, let him reveal to me whatever it is that he wants me to receive from that chapter, allow him to guide me how he wants me to apply those things to my life from that chapter. So this one I might be reading for a while. Sometimes I don't even read one chapter a day. Sometimes it's one every few days, and that's okay. But I noticed that by trying to finish this in one, like, cover to cover with nothing in between, it was kind of bringing a lull in my reading life because I was like, no, I have to finish this before I pick up like a fiction. Like, and I don't have to do that. So I'll be reading this slowly. Hopefully I finish it in March. It might go into April. And then The Power of God's Names. I've been pulled to learn the names of God for a very, very long time. And I just haven't. And it's interesting to me because when I was Muslim, I actually used to know almost all the names of Allah, and that's in Arabic. And I was like, wait, if I was able to learn the 99 names of Allah in Arabic, now that I know Jesus, I should be able to learn the names of God and just implement it so that I can start praying with his names and praising him with his names. And I'm just gonna keep that going until I know it by heart, and like I can just naturally like use his name Elohim in a prayer. With that said, I actually have 7 books for this month, but the top 2, like I said, are going to be they're gonna be read slowly and very intentionally. So last thing, y'all, I am a big hardcover lover, and I said that earlier, but now I'm kind of like, man, I see why people like the soft cover books. Like, I see why people like the floppiness, like in bed and stuff. It's nicer. I don't know, guys. I'm so conflicted. This is like, remember my bookshelf video? I was talking about aesthetic versus practicality. This is my aesthetic, and this is practical. So I feel like I'm supposed to shift here, but then I'm like, these won't last as long. Anyways, okay, and then last thing, I promise. Y'all, I got $10 off at Barnes & Noble today. So I got my 2 books for like $25. It was amazing. It was amazing because I had the Barnes & Noble rewards, and I didn't realize I would have $10 on my rewards card. And I had $10 in my rewards card, so I got $10 off 2 books today. So yay for 2 books. But anyways, that is it for today's video. This is my March TBR, March Mystery Madness. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if y'all did, please do me a huge favor by going ahead and
like, comment, and subscribe.
What he said, if y'all go ahead and leave a comment down below for which of these books you are most interested. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you. Bye.
Just don't forget, you are loved, you are beautiful, and you are a masterpiece.
Not too many bloopers.
It's the blooper!
You messed up on that one. I didn't like that one.
Oh my gosh, this is so much easier without you, but it's so much more fun with you.
Okay. No, seriously.
Favor by
early.